good morning. How is stream looking for people? I'm seeing unstable on my, on Twitch again, and given how the disconnect happened during Hypnospace a week ago or so, kind of concerned. Haven't had issues yet. Good to know. And good to see you here, Politics. Yeah, we're gonna try and get stuck into it immediately. And we will do that by saying, good morning, Mina. Or I suppose
and good evening, Worthy. the worldwide greeting. Good morning,
yeah,
good
right.
evening.
Stream all good for you? Just to double check.
Yep, it's holding fast.
Alright, cool. I don't know why at some point Twitch has decided that a consistent bitrate is now unstable. Consistent bitrate it is identifying as continually good is unstable. But then I had like a random disconnect that OBS didn't pick up like a week ago or something. So I'm a bit wary of it. I'm assuming it's just like a routing problem or something. OBS seems to think we're doing fine, so... More like get it to it. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, so speaking of which, we're picking off from a little bit of an unusual situation where we had my internet just decide that, no, you don't get to stream today. So we started off, the case, or, yeah, the trial, and we got to the point where we were discussing Waki's, behavior during, the witnesses, witnessing? Wow, I'm really good with words today. And, yeah, the conversation basically broke down at... Oh my god, I'm doing this again too. Awesome. Can we... Oh, I may also not be focused on the game.
Yeah,
there we go.
The long and short of it is that Malpractice did some malpractice.
Uh-huh. He sure did.
Waki got shot in the chest near his heart, and Maractus was like, yo, yeah, I know I totally got the bullet out, but then it turned out like several months later that the bullet was left in his body the entire time. And it could kill him. So Waki claims that he went out and took out Maractus. But we have been, investigating the claims of Wesley Stickler, who first claimed that Waki shot him in the forehead, which isn't true because he was shot in the temple, and is now claiming that he shouted and Maractus turned his head, and that's why he got shot in the temple.
Yep. And thankfully, between the history function and the save game, I actually just literally have exactly where we were and all the history of the text there too.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So yeah, if I remember correctly, the point at which the stream dropped off was when Apollo said, "Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran."
Yeah, so he wouldn't have had time to wipe the prints off of it.
Exactly. And that's where we're going to pick up.
That's right.
With very silent nothing.
He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints.
Oh, that's a great animation. The little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there.
I'm not little.
Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein?
Eh?
What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves?
Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice.
Could the killer have been wearing gloves? That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head if...
Well, we know
Yeah.
that Waki did leave fingerprints on something, which would suggest he wasn't wearing gloves.
Yeah. And also, like, the evidence is specifically fingerprints were wiped. So, fingerprints were left on the gun.
Yeah.
But, you are absolutely right. The knife has Waki's prints. They were at the scene. If he was being careful about his fingerprints, they wouldn't have been there. No way. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. Oh, thank you, Apollo. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol.
That may be, but it does not change what I saw. That was the voice I was using for this guy, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
It's like
The killer, the
Frasier's,
defendant.
Frasier's brother, if I remember correctly.
He threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And his pistol was found at the scene of the crime. Strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of.
Does that sound solid to me? Valhair Forehead? Any of your precious objections? Good.
What gives, Apollo? Let's give that voice training. Let's see that voice training go to work. Show me your lowest register. Speak from your chest, Apollo.
You know, I've only recently
Did the opposite of what I'm doing right now, which is speaking from my throat.
Yeah. I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say.
What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't that obvious from what the witness just said?
Huh? Isn't what obvious?
When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Waki drop a murderous weapon. That's not the same as being 100% sure of what Waki threw away.
You're right. Trucy lip flaps went for that line for some reason.
She was mocking him. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene.
She's like mouthing it because she's expecting him to say it. It's like, oh yes, okay, he's saying it.
Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and get so wrong. Well, it can be said I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this the appellation poor might well be affixed to my name, yet as the issue hit... What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol...
It had to be something else. At least one person on the defense team seems to be sinking. Don't wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. I mean, I don't find him attractive.
No homo, no homo, no homo.
Yeah.
My name is Apollo Justice and I love women. Thank you, Cookie. I'm doing my best. They're too funny just to leave silent. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else? What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene?
That would be the knife.
Is that... a sword? I saw one of those in the late-night movie last night.
Great. A sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it.
His prints?
A single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defense threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves.
Indeed.
Oh, her forehead? You're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was oh god damn it, that's a lot of the... Yeah,
A lot of Germanisms.
yeah, and like, I'm really, like, not practiced in that. I remember, back when I was doing Francisca's voice, that, like, I had the same issue of, like, it's one of those things where the voice is fine, but remembering that certain words need to be, like, pronounced differently.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, like, having a different kind of, like, timbre to them, I guess is probably the word I think say.
Yeah, I think that the most important ones are just TH into Z, ING into INK, and W into V.
Yeah. But that's like, well, Vun, I would assume, because, like, that sounds like a W. So you got one,
or
that
Ein,
the,
if you want to get
witness.
fully into it.
Well, yeah, true. One, that the witness was the, yeah. It's just like all of them condensed together. I'm like, oh shit. It's like
it's like when you're playing Guitar Hero and a shitload of notes come down at once.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I stepped over one rake and tripped over a pile. One that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh.
Indeed.
Underestimated Gavin is the lesson here.
This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear what would really occur. I do not believe for a second that the judge knows what behoove means.
I learned that from my my daily thesaurus. It's very handy.
Yeah, checks a calendar on his desk. I believe it would behoove us.
Yes. Then he turns to the bailiff like, am I using that word right? I am? Oh, okay, good.
With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him.
Uh-huh.
How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light.
Sir, this is a courtroom.
Assuming. Yes, that's what I said. Assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better.
Yep. Uh-huh.
What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired.
From shot to coal.
I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police.
I'd like to think that it's not that Apollo refuses to admit he likes guys, but that he doesn't want to accept he's into glamorous fuck. Yeah, it's like, oh, really? This guy? Damn it. Got a worded day calendar as a present from his brother. Yeah. He needed to improve his vocabulary.
Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
Why didn't you chase the killer?
He was, as you say, a killer. Of course I couldn't have run him down, yet... Yes, what would he... Oh, of course I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that.
The energy, the dropping here is complex math I can do in the middle of a discussion of this nature is personally very annoying to me because I appreciate math and all that crap, but like, bro, stop. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know now that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not?
Does it not, Mr. Justice? Does it not?
Does it? Like, wait. Are you saying... Oh, yes, sorry, I follow now. I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. Okay. I'm not the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police until the police arrived at the scene. 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Let's do a quick once-over of... what do we have that has times on it? 10 p.m. I think that's like a 30-minute window from memory. Yeah. Okay, I think we just start pressing. Which way did the killer run?
By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction.
That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from Kitaki Mansion. So... I mean, if you ran in the direct opposite direction, that doesn't quite hold up. But... Don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was going? Apollo? Probably not gonna get much out of this, but... it was certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing.
If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood. Nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor.
Oddly specific. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. It's just like, Apollo? Come on! Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance?
It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call the ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite, simply exquisite.
Actually looks like he's going to cry. I love Trucy just there like... yeah? Till the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes?
I stood in a state of heightened awareness. A refractory period. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction.
Is that all?
No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing. It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in the park.
So you just stood there watching? I'll just go on there. Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means say it. Can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last there, forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit. I don't think so. He is testifying, but he's also saying, like, nothing. And I forget the exact order of events of this night, but there was a lot more going on there, and I would be surprised if the incident with the car that hit Phoenix wasn't somehow related to something that went on here. Whether it was before or after is obviously, I can't recall. Do I back off? Nah. The defense still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor.
Your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin?
I'll let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I will amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head.
Very well, you may continue with the cross-examination.
Gavin just sits down, leans back, and starts, like, scribbling on a tablet or something. Let me know when you're ready, forehead. Oh, so we're just back here. Clavier rotating a guitar in his mind. It's good. Okay. I'm kind of surprised Trucy is actually staying quiet. So I imagine the game is trying to prompt me to something, but...
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. When you go back, like, press the last one again and back off this time.
Okay, sure.
Because there really is nothing you can really object to here.
Yeah, it's just kind of... Yeah, saw nothing. So, no, it's not odd. Trucy continues to stare a hole in Apollo's skull. Maybe there isn't anything to unravel in this testimony after all. Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month, forehead. They don't have enough to put Wacky away yet. Should I back off for now? Yes. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all.
It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony.
There are a number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves, which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting a small-time punk, in my opinion. Oh, I didn't get to pause on that. Fuck.
You can take it if you want with via the text log.
No, that's all right. It's just shouting no.
Yeah.
I don't feel like yelling into the mic that much.
It seems we've come to the end of the line here.
No, that can't be all. Oh, how unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Herr Forehead?
I believe this brings this cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Walkie-Talkie.
Huh? What? Huh? Excuse me? Trucy?
Nobody move.
Thank you.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There will be no verdict in this court. Not yet.
Wait, are you one of the Kitakis?
The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What?
What the fuck is going on?
This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of...
Our judge. I see little points in further aggravating this gentleman.
Recess, 20 minutes, or I promise you'll regret it.
Wait! How did he disappear so fast?
May the defendant lobby Apollo? I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man.
What? Okay. Yeah? It was the Benadryl Hatman cookie. Like, that little bit at the end makes me think Trucy is up to her tricks, but Trucy?
You move quickly, Apollo. Good show, good show.
Like, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, Trucy lost her hat. The man behind her with the knife had a hat on. I don't know if I don't remember if her cloak was gone too, but that might have also been the coat that the man was wearing. Fuck, that's... Goddamn, Trucy, that's really clever. Trucy? You're okay? I thought...
Don't cry, Apollo.
It's good for nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else.
Huh? She... Okay, I'm gonna let this play out. What the heck is that?
Surprise. This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling.
This is a better fucking, name escapes me, but I don't care to remember him.
Dane Cook.
Was it Trillo?
Oh yeah, Ben and Trillo.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Well, what do you think? Do you like it?
Apollo just like sits down on the couch in the back there and goes. He's just like scared for twice in a row very quickly. You mean you... Trucy, there are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges.
Apollo, now isn't the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here.
Huh?
Remember what I said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son.
But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do?
Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will.
Trucy, no more stage abductions, please.
I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling.
Oh.
It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got.
You can see what he's feeling?
Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times.
Cookie, they're not paid enough to pay attention. All the times there was a contradiction? Oh, fuck, well, because this has been across 2 sessions now, I definitely do not remember, but... Sure, I remember. Well, I think I remember them, sure.
There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in. And each time, there was a contradiction. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene.
Ah, and both times he's reading the book. And a lot of his other sprites have him with the book closed, like, being a bit more declarative in kind of his, demeanor. Huh.
I was thinking that same thing, Cookie. Every time I read the man pulling the stand.
Yeah. Said that. Oh, sorry, that's you.
Oh, he said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction.
Well, that's true, but how does that help us?
Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
Yep, in his hand, he got a pistol. Oh, really? I can't speed through this.
You see it? The very moment he said the word pistol,
Oh.
his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book.
How am I supposed to see that?
Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker?
What?
I always sat next to Daddy during his big matches. I could see what his opponents were feeling.
Well, except on that night, maybe a bad example. You mean that's how Mr. Right won all those games?
It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long.
Great. So he cheated. But what does that do for us?
Every single thing Apollo learns about Phoenix takes him down another notch in his mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's great. I can only imagine this trend will continue because there is like the unexplained absence for the incident that led him to turning in his badge.
Yeah.
I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony, perceive the truth.
I think I now know where this emote was coming from. Barry's been playing through Apollo Justice, and, like, I haven't watched those, but, like, he tends to, like, update emotes to be there, and I noticed that one and went, what is that? Why? Now we know. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? Oh, I clicked out of the game. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose.
Not true.
Huh?
Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo.
Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. She's serious?
Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo.
I have to wonder how specific this is going to be and how much the game is going to prompt me to do these things. Because it definitely seems like the kind of thing where, you know, they're going into a new game in the series with, like, explicitly more animation, frames of animation they can add to each character. And they went, okay, how can we gameplay, or how can we add some gameplay to this? And they went, oh, we have more animation sets. Maybe we put in an animation set that's specifically a tell. And the whole point later on might be that we need to, unprompted, be able to pick those up. What was that she said before the trial started? Huh? Mr. Wright's not here today?
He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy.
Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. I imagine him standing there just, like, pumping himself up, like, yes, justice, justice.
Justice, justice, justice.
Apollo, are you good? Hang on, I'm doing my voice training. Let's do it.
Apollo.
You know, I'm starting to think I can do this.
I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
Ugh. God, that is a lot of animation.
Yeah, it's like 50 frames, I think. It's wild.
Yeah, wow.
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can. I just flew in from the coast, and boy, my arms are tired.
Canned laughter. Right. Back in the courtroom.
Court is now back in session.
Right, we're fine.
Ahem.
No need to say that to the courtroom. Justice, I understand you need to tell it to yourself.
I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice.
This might be wrong. Who? Oh, God. Yeah, Mr. Hat. Don't worry about it, Your Honor.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat?
Right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that.
I killed him. He'll never bother us again. He's dead.
You settled that?
I don't believe you.
It's like, don't worry. He was just like a nothing person. Like the police said it didn't even matter.
Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right. Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right?
I think he's on to me.
I wish you would stop being so cool. No homo, no homo, no homo, no homo.
Grabs his pant leg as the horny thoughts overtake him.
Yeah. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right. the defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask him something.
There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time.
Understood, Your Honor.
Don't forget, Apollo.
When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
Are we just back to...
Yeah.
Okay,
exact
yeah,
same
this is the
testimony.
same thing. Yep. Right. So, something about making the call would appear to be weird. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all.
Focus, Apollo. Find his weak spot. His big, glowing weak spot.
Focus. I need to find it for massive damage. If only it were that easy.
Shoot missiles at them.
My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? More. What's this? My bracelet. What? Oh my god. I haven't seen the bracelet in a bit, and I'm like, now it's like, oh yeah, this one of the Millennium pieces. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that his university crest, like on his tie, has the kanji for great on it, or big.
Oh, does it? Ugh.
Yeah.
Of course. Bracelet feels different somehow. Cookie,
I think Daddy was right.
You mentioned... Use bombs wisely, Apollo.
You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony.
I know this sounds crazy. My bracelet is trying to tell me something. Right, so is it just gonna... See, I'm expecting, like, a gameplay prompt or, like, an extra button here, but I guess I'll just press this. So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder?
The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo. This has to be it.
Wait, you mean his habit? Didn't we
Don't
just
forget
see
Apollo.
This? Oh.
When he
Yeah.
isn't sure it was something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Or what?
It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Oh. Trucy looking
bracelet?
directly at it, too. That's cute.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay. Just need to toss my bracelet with Y as it reacts to the testimony. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else.
Apollo.
Trucy, what's happening to me?
I want to know what this looks like from the outside. Like, are his eyes bulging out with, like,
Yeah.
veins all
Yeah.
over them?
Just like slowly, like enlarging and getting closer and closer. Like, Mr.
Like-
Justice, are you
Yeah,
good?
like are his pupils becoming enormous? Are people worried about him? This is what I meant by focusing.
Focusing.
In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does.
There's some concept
You
art
need to-
depicting that, I think. Oh,
You
sorry.
need to look with your special eyes, Apollo.
My brand. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out.
Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right?
Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book.
You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face,
That's not where his book is.
and your eyes are sort of bugging out.
Yeah, there we go. Literally... Oh, no, Wait, hello? Okay, that's weird. I don't know why that... But literally, eyes shaky. Oh, there's... Oh, hold on.
Oh, I've never seen that. That's so good. A little Tracy, like leaning back, like, oh.
Yeah, leaning back, slightly frowning. Oh, that's great.
Someone comments that it looks like an Invader Zim storyboard, and it absolutely does.
It really does, yeah. I'll bet they are.
First, move your focus of attention onto Mr. Stickler's hand.
Okay, so you have to identify what the actual tick is, or what the actual habit is. His hand?
You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place.
She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Just slowly cranes his neck down.
Perfect. Now you're really ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch.
Perceive?
Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit.
Right. You mean when he fiddles with the page?
That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive with why. Find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush.
The what? Spoken like a true poker head's daughter.
I'm a magician, thank you very much.
So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers.
Don't worry if you miss it. You can always try again.
Right. Look out, nervous Twitch. Here comes justice. Cell phone. Call the police. So I'm trying to stop it on a particular part of his statement.
Yeah, when you see the twitch happen, that's when you want to stop it.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm looking for when the animation when it moves too. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you look for basically you look for like a unique sort of pose.
Yeah.
You confirm, then you go and focus in on some part of it, and you find a part in the statement that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
It's pretty straightforward. They kind of over-explain it.
Yeah. Or yeah. I'm just making sure I'm not like, missing one of the or getting one of those things where it does over-explain it, and then actually there was an important detail that like I just brushed over because it was over-explaining it and I don't pay attention.
Gotcha!
Yeah. I used my cell phone. You didn't use your cell phone, sir. Whoa.
Whoa.
I saw it. Just now. I could see it.
Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
You've been staring at the witness for the last 10 minutes. Are you good?
All this banging of desks is quite bad for my circulation, you know.
Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone?
I'm stimming you, ableist bitch. What are you talking about?
I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? What to ask? Ask to see his phone, I suppose?
Yeah?
Yeah, model... oh. 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 Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone.
Why? What's it for?
Show me and you'll find out.
Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it?
Vulpix, please. Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone?
Yow! Where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Look, a cell phone.
Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure.
I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment?
Wait a minute. What's the meaning of this?
This cell phone was found yesterday, in the Malpractice clinic garage.
The Malpractice? Why, that's where the victim lived. That's impossible.
Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police?
We are.
This is a voice training at work finally shooting a gust of wind at Stickler.
It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone.
So you left the scene. Okay.
A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all?
Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler?
Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here.
That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie?
There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone. Because it was found in the victim's garage.
What are you saying?
Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Malpractice clinic garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all.
Oh, his objection theme is so good.
Yeah. It's really good.
But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him.
Well, Dr. Malpractice was killed that night.
Well, yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true, I lost my cell phone. But you can't prove that I lost it that night.
Well, Mr. Justice, that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. It does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime.
Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Out of the exhaust. I would have to imagine it's something to do with Trucy's. Because... that's a bit of a stretch. Because we found Trucy's in the garage, and then we found another pair in the park. But that doesn't, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean much. Did I have a look at this? I can't remember if...
You just looked at the pocket watch.
Yeah, this cute little watch strap. Kind of odd though, is, I mean, if you want to know the time, you could just look at the phone itself. What does that tell you? Well, the owner of this phone doesn't think through the details, for one. The phone, after all, good point. Sure, but that isn't really... Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? Can I? I don't know if I can.
I mean, if you don't, then the case is done here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about the condition the car was in.
Hmm. Oh, I'm forgetting a detail here, I think.
So
it lost
car-
its
the
mirror
car
and
was-
we matched it with the thing we found.
yeah, and remember what Trissy remarked about the phone when he found it beneath the tire?
If it moved, it would have crushed it.
Yeah. Which implies that it had to have lost the mirror before that, and then it didn't move again after that.
Oh, yes. So do I present the mirror?
I think the mirror is what ties it all together, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right. Yes, okay. So the phone was put into a position where if the car had moved back to its position or moved away from or moved out, it would have crushed the phone. So when the phone was placed, the car cannot move again. And if that's the case, then that happened.
It had to have happened the night of the murder.
Yeah. Because it came back with the broken mirror and didn't move again. Yeah, okay, yeah, but I'm thinking about the temporal thing there, because I'm like, well, that could have happened at any point, but we know that the car hit Phoenix before the murder happened, which means that it moved into the garage before the murder happened, and the phone was placed there, and then it couldn't have moved because of the position it was in.
Yeah.
Right. Of course I have evidence. Oh, I like your swagger, hair forehead. Hit it.
The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say.
I like that I'm picking up this new lingo today. Is there anything else about this that was before we... yeah. Interesting I couldn't comment on that, though. I can't remember if that actually came up before, but I guess we'll find out.
That's a side view mirror?
As it so happens, Dr. Maractus's car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder.
An accident?
An accident. An accident? It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus's car hit a pedestrian.
What are you trying to say?
From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler. The only time you could have dropped this is in that garage. was after 9 p.m. The night of the murder in the park.
Georg.
Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night.
This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus? No, stop. This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something.
I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Vasily Stickler and Pal Maractus. That is, other than this.
I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared? Yes, Your Honor.
I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Stickler's truth.
That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene. Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage. Yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know?
I'm...
Rolls end over end all the way into a locked garage.
directly underneath the tire of the car. Yeah, that's pretty miraculous, I'd say.
Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please.
This game has the misfortune of coming out 1 year before the iPhone released, which means that in the future, they assume that everyone's still using old-timey, like, brick phones.
Yeah.
Because this is, at this point, this is like 2026, I think.
Oh, shit, okay, yeah. Yeah. No, and and in that case, if you drop your phone is gone.
Yeah.
That's funny. The bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony.
Oh, sorry. His
No,
nervous
you're right.
habit must not be acting up. I didn't send anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around.
Right, no problem. I hope. Here comes justice. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. What's that? That's when you passed in front of the Maractus clinic?
Why, yes, that's correct. That was a pretty suspicious pause there.
Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder.
Of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus clinic. That is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet, woe was I walked on unaware of my loss. And I walked right into that fateful park.
Oh, this is gonna test my memory, but something about that doesn't... which entrance did you enter the park from?
Well, to be exact, one might say that I went to the entrance closest to the Malpractice clinic.
It's the same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance?
I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say.
Uh-huh. Then why are you sweating? This part of the testimony is the key, I know it. Should I press him about the kill of the victim or the noodle stand? That's a good question. I'll ask him about the noodle stand. Do you happen to remember the noodle stand?
Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it. To remember something quite well, it sure took you a while to tell us.
Hey, newest girl.
And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening.
He's bitchy today.
Yeah, he is.
He was up too late watching that movie. He's cranky.
Well, Mr. Justice.
Listen, I didn't get much sleep, and then a phantom walked into the room and put someone on the defense in a hostage situation. I am done with this day. What about that sign? Could that be important? Now, I remember we pointed out on the stand that this does in fact say noodle on one side.
Which side?
Yeah.
Does that jive with the idea that he entered from the north entrance?
Do we have, like... I don't recall the orientation of the crime scene as compared to the map,
It was like
though.
you're looking at it right now.
So if you come in from the entrance he said he did, you would see this.
You would be looking at this, yeah.
Okay, so he didn't then. Yeah, it's one of those things where I kind of wish it had a little bit more detail. Or, like, gave you a bit more of a distinct layout on the map for what the crime scene arrangement was. Because
Yeah.
that's a detail you could definitely miss. Well, it's a detail you can miss, but more importantly, there isn't really a way to re-establish it before
Yeah,
it's
I guess
important.
the fact that he thought it only said one thing at least established that he was coming at it from a certain direction.
So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria.
I'm sure it sells the most bland fucking food imaginable.
Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles.
I'm getting Archon loaf vibes from this conversation. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself. It said noodle. So the sign said noodle. You're absolutely sure? Yeah, mentat noodles. Yes. Bullshit.
Let me be frank. Yes. In fact, the word unsure isn't even in my dictionary, nor the word uncertain or...
He was wasting time looking that stuff up. He's just,
Doodle, eh?
he hasn't got a textbook with him, he's just got a thesaurus or a dictionary. He's just like, hold on a second. I'm so unfamiliar with the term unsure, I need to look it up. You can't be
Noodle, eh?
Oh, sorry.
I like that. It tells you what you're getting into. No nonsense.
I like that.
You, like, the judge jokes, but my favorite restaurant in all of Toronto is just called Homemade Ramen.
Yeah, no,
It's
good.
It's the funniest part is it's not even ramen. It's like Chinese hand-pulled noodles.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's a different word for it because it's prepared differently than ramen. It's technically not ramen, but they use the word ramen because more people know ramen than know, the Chinese word for hand-pulled noodles.
Yeah, because that would require... Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little family-owned place in Chinatown. They make the noodles like right in front of you. Like you can hear them smacking them in the back.
Oh, hell yeah.
And for like $8, you get enough food to last you like 3 meals. It's amazing.
Jeez. Yeah, that's good.
They make like, because they source all of their vegetables from like the local like fruit and vegetable markets. They got like the freshest turnips in your noodles, and it tastes so good.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really good. Oh, damn it! Do I have meals planned for today? I think I do. Shit. I'm gonna be craving that now. Yeah. Tells me a lot more than that, actually.
Why are you smiling like that, Apollo?
I guess it's a contradiction?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because, like, I forget where we entered, but we definitely entered looking at El Dune. But I think that was opposite the mansion? So, like, realistically, well, no, if both of them do... I'll have to see how they put this together, but I'm not... Objection! It's definitely a bit, like, ambiguous how that actually fits together at the moment. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle?
Why, just last week, my professor offered me this praise.
I can't believe you have more than perfect 20/20 vision. Excellent. Very good.
At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that.
Oh, he doesn't know, chat. He doesn't know.
It read, without a doubt, noodle.
I see.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes?
Let's take a look at our map, shall we? I really wish we had this diagram in the court record. Because this kind of spells it out a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like this has like an entire chapter into the trial too. Yeah, don't know how I feel about that, but like it's definitely like the thing it's trying to get at is definitely good. But if we had this diagram, it'd be even more obvious that like there is a contradiction here, because otherwise you've just got the map to go on. And I had a vague sense that like this was the rough, what's the word? Orientation of everything. But because there's no, like, indication of where the crime scene is and stuff like that, it's easy to assume that that detail doesn't matter. But then again,
Yeah.
if you're not actually looking... If you didn't actually examine the cart either, you'd look at this and go, hold on a second, that's not what the noodle stand says. So I guess that's enough to go on? Sorry, I'm pulling this
Yeah, I
apart
guess
more
so.
than I probably should, but I like thinking about, like, the puzzle design aspect of this sometimes. So, you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing... here, was it? Although, it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot.
You think so?
Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand. And to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes.
Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely Noodle for sure. Positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said Noodle, and he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims?
What? Mr. Justice, show us the spot.
Here-ish. I hope it's generous. The witness was standing here, on the opposite side.
How do you know that?
When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldunes, as we know. Are you good, Mina?
Yeah, sorry, just clearing my throat.
No, that's okay. I'm just... because we are coming up to a break soon, so I was gonna, like, if you needed a break, we could do that right now.
Yeah, no, we're really close to the end of the trial, I think.
Oh, okay. No worries. The sign on the stand reads Eldunes, as we know. However... observe the other side of the stand.
Oh, this side says Noodle.
Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south.
Yow! You got me.
So what? So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all.
He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, the directions are utterly without meaning.
Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change?
It changes everything, Apollo.
Trucy?
Remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon...
Yeah, and he claimed he shouted, which meant that the man's head turned. And he couldn't have been... Hang on, where's the... Right temple. So, I'm looking straight forward at the camera, and, Waki is the camera, right? What he was claiming is that, he was to the south, to my left, so that when he shouts, I turn, camera gets a view of the right side of my temple. But if he's actually to the north, to my right, and he shouts, I turn to my right and reveal the left side of my temple. So, the literal events he is saying occurred the way it did do not make sense if he is in the north, or if he is viewing the cart from the north. Right.
Mr. Stickler shouts. At which point, the victim turns his head to look.
Yeah.
And the killer fires his pistol.
Right there.
That's where the bullet hit him in the right temple.
Oh, Jesus.
No contradictions, right?
But if he is to the north, then he has a perfect view of the right temple. Oh. Yeah. That's a bit of a problem. Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario.
Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, the bullet would have had to hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right.
So now that we know Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Indeed. You're absolutely correct, Fraulein.
What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North. Ah! Well, that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing.
Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Order! Order! Order!
Wow. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. What does that mean in this situation, Apollo?
I'm embarrassed by how
Trixie.
this 15-year-old is smarter
Yeah,
than
yeah.
he is.
She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Clarify one point for me, if you would, Herr Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer.
No, please. Looks aside, I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so.
Uh-huh.
Let's hear what the defense has to say.
What are you gonna do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accused of another crime? What could that possibly mean?
I wonder.
Oh.
I mean, what else did you find under the garage where his phone was?
Yeah. Okay, so...
And-
go on.
And now that you've established that he was standing where he was in the park, what did you find in the garbage can near where he was standing?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, so accusing him of the murder, though this seems to line up, seems a bit of a jump. No accusation feels like end of case. Like, oh yeah, I don't care about this. Okay, well, I guess Walkie's, guilty then. Accused of another crime's probably the most compelling one at the moment. I don't think Wesley Stickler's a killer. He's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now.
The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Yeah, forehead. Afraid it falls to you to elucidate Herr Stickler's silence.
Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now. For a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears.
I know he's guilty of something. What crime other than murder is there? What is theft, says Apollo Justice Attorney at Law.
I mean, hey, in the Ace Attorney universe, everyone's only defending you for murder.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, sorry, go on.
Even the cases that start off being not murder end up being murder. Like, the stolen turnabout. Yep. The first half is about a stolen urn, and then, oops, turns out that the thief also killed someone.
Yep. There's wiretapping and urn theft. Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime?
Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that points to the witness's involvement in a crime.
I'm gonna say it's these. Found in trash can.
Yeah, well...
No? Oh.
Okay, I guess that does work, too. I guess either one would work, because both of them you can tie to him.
Yeah. Well, my thinking was specifically, yes, this was directly in the trash can, so that seemed like the more obvious. Well, that seemed like the one more relevant to what we're explicitly talking about here. But, yeah. Something tells me this is one of those good silences.
Something else to say, Mr. Justice?
One more chance, please? Oh.
By all means. But your effort wasn't wasted. Look, a brand new penalty.
Oh.
Really? I think you're thinking just one step ahead of the game right now.
But... I don't know if I like... I feel like either could work, because, like, the important thing is both of them together show a pattern.
Yeah.
Right? And, like, because we are explicitly talking about the positioning of him right now, I think, oh yeah, and what would have been north side of the thing that we found? Yeah. Not the teenagers. Yeah. Ugh. The evidence is this.
What is that? Women's underwear?
Hey, those are mine.
Do we really need...
Don't look at me like that.
Order, order, order. Mr. Stickler, while I can't say this comes as a shock, it's not what it seems. By Pythagoras' theorem,
Pythagoras! God. On the night of the murder, just past 9 PM, a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Malpractice clinic garage.
Aha!
Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Huh. What happens if you clog an exhaust pipe in a car?
It can't start.
Because for some reason, my mind went to, oh, you're trying to make the exhaust, or, like, the exhaust not be able to leave and either break the car, or potentially flood his car with noxious fumes in the garage.
Yeah, I think most cars just don't stop. Like they won't start if you put something in it. I know this because one time, I grew up in the country.
Yep.
One time when my mom was trying to leave for work, she kept trying to start her car and it wouldn't start. And it turns out that there was a squirrel in the tailpipe because it was the winter and that was the warmest place I could find.
Yeah.
But the car had like a built-in thing there. If the tailpipe was clogged, to prevent it from, you know, like you said, filling the car with noxious fumes or backfiring and breaking the engine, it just wouldn't start.
Yeah. Ever put a potato in someone's tailpipe growing up? No. Absolutely not.
Sounds like an eminently American thing to do.
It does, yeah. And I guess, like, I wouldn't know if the game would go down a route of, like, oh, yeah, that actually doesn't... That safety precaution doesn't exist for, wanting to create another scenario where, it's shown that Stickler is trying to kill Maractus. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree.
Please, hear me out. It's not what it looks like. Order. Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it seems. So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments? Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see? Your point? I'm not done. I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of IVU, the IVU science department, are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery?
Yeah, thank you, Apollo. Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here.
No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown. The unknown is unacceptable.
What no pussy does to a motherfucker. Oh, God.
And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tire was only the first mystery those panties revealed.
Okay, you know what? If I saw a tire pulled out of any piece of cloth, I would also be like, okay, hold on a second, what the fuck is that? But, like, oh, this is gross. A tire?
Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First, there was the tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken.
Actually not a pervert. No, I imagine the second part of this will now be establishing that he put the other pair in the trash can in the park. Which, yeah, I think, like, unless incredibly naive and thinking that would work for any old pair, no, still a pervert.
One mystery after another. It was magic.
Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar.
Huh?
He's talking about my magic panties trick.
I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties, it mocks the very laws of physics.
A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits?
But, Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object for serious study.
Are you aware of what an oopart is, Judge? I wonder. There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Was they all you?
I'm sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties flapping in the breeze, I thought, maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night, she chased me through the streets. I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this is that I will see the truth that lies within those panties. Yet woe was I, for once again the lacy heart-patterned truth slipped through my fingers once again. Still, that leaves one thing unexplained.
Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north.
Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Be my guest, Hellforehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea?
Paulo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a... Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location?
Yeah, I get... okay, I do get why now, because it's important to establish first why True sees bloomers specifically. I still... yeah. But yeah, I guess, like, the thing would have been shoved into the tailpipe when you get the phone, or when the phone is dropped. So, and we, like, it would be weird if a second person did that. It's easy to establish there. Yeah. I feel a little bit cheated on that still, but, I mean, yeah. I get why it is from, like, the broader perspective, because that whole run there, establishing... twisting the accusation of stealing panties to something that's, like, incredibly dumb and naive, but not, like, as immediately gross is, like, probably important, but at the same time... eh. Oh. Either way... The evidence that shows why he lied is this.
What? More panties?
How many panties are you carrying around in your pocket, Herr Forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't. Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties. So, these panties are your handiwork as well? That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Malpractice clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt?
Believe me, I'd rather not.
I hid in the garage for a short while. Then, abandoning the panties, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on the clothesline by the giant mansion. A giant pair of panties.
Apparently didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob.
I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home. When I stumbled upon a murder.
The murder of Dr. Malpractice.
I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me?
That's when you disposed of the bloomers?
Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne. A fascinating if disturbing tale. I believe that this brings today's proceedings to a close. And I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial.
One last thing, if you might.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin?
Regardless of where we ended up today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime. And he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive.
Indeed, the defendant Wakikitaki is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect in fact, assuming there was no one else in the scene at the time. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple is yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution.
Yeah, baby. No problem.
Very well, this brings the trial of the day to a close. Court is adjourned.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so, like... There's another person that shot him? Because, yeah, I don't buy that it would have been, Stickler. That doesn't seem to... Well, I find that hard to believe. But then, yeah, so without the... Well, you'd assume that the two are looking at each other, so the shooter had to come from the north to hit him in the right side of the temple. Though I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't, like, ask him more about the actual events that night. Unless he only saw them after the fact, but then he made up the story about Waki running. Yeah, now that I think about it, we didn't re-establish what actually happened there, but, like, witnesses generally don't get the kind of, luxury of, like, reconfirming their story, I guess, once we've kind of broken it down. What a train wreck that was. True. An internet disconnect later, but we did get through it. Okay, well, we'll take a break here, because, yeah, it's almost been 2 hours, shit. Yeah, so, we'll take a quick break, I'll get some more water in that, and when we return, I guess we gotta try and find this mystery third, or fourth person at the scene? Oh, boy. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I just realized I don't think... Yeah, I don't think I sized Mina properly. If I had played this growing up, I bet I would have given, Trucy would have given me gender envy. I can see that, definitely. Actually get the mute icon in there, which is really handy. One of these days I've got to do something on OBS that, like, detects whether I'm muted or not.
Hello.
Do that this afternoon. Welcome back.
How was your break?
It's good. I got a bit of pizza left over from last night that I made, so it's a easy meal for the day. What about yourself?
Yeah, it was nice. I took extra measures to soothe my sore throat. I took some Tums to stop the coughing. I'm currently nursing a cough drop.
Oh,
So let's hope no more big scary coughs the rest of the stream.
yeah. Are you okay to keep going, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
It's just like the very, very last vestiges of a stubborn cold that hasn't left me alone for over a week now.
Yeah, I hate that. I had that a couple of weeks ago too, and I just, like, luckily I was able to kind of not go into the office or anything, which meant I wasn't, like, you know, sitting in an office coughing around people, but yeah, it's just like, no, I'm not sick anymore, it's just my throat is aggravated from being sick, and it just sticks around for a week. It's never fun. Different character in the later series. Was it Athena, out of curiosity, Vulpix? I feel like... I'm trying to think now which characters I think... No. Oh, okay.
Was it Aura?
Yeah, I bet Newest Girl. Yeah, like, well, funnily enough, on the Steam page or the page in Steam where the game appears, like, it has some characters on there, a couple of which I do recognize, like Athena, Apollo, Phoenix, obviously. And then there's some in there that I distinctly remember seeing, like, probably a handful of times ever, and I don't know their deal. But there was also Birdman, which, don't know when he appears, but I'm sure the, so what I'm looking for. I'm sure the sentiment around that character will crop up again when he does.
I love Birdman.
Mm.
Birdman hot. That is the hill I will die on.
Yeah, fair enough. What a train wreck that was. Oh, I'm not focused on the game. There we go. Glad we made it out of that trial alive.
Really? I had fun. And Waki made it through the day too.
I was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case.
But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly.
Yeah. Oh.
The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance. Hi, folks. I'll be here all week.
That's about enough of him.
I've had enough of this guy.
I do not appreciate his smug aura. And it's just a shitty painting of a face on wood.
She was there the whole time just watching him do the little vaudeville routine.
Excuse me? What is going on?
Is my husband okay?
Yeah, what happened? Hello?
Ah, Miss Tiala.
Thank you for today. The trial went well. Oh, right. No problem. Do you think Waki will be okay? Well, he's not guilty. Yep. Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month. Oh, congratulations. God, way to put pressure on a guy. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Sure. Oh, we can present you stuff? Or I guess we could present everyone's stuff. Just... Did we ever establish if the pistol... Like, any origins of the pistol? Like, did it come from... Was it used or owned by anyone in particular? I guess that would be...
No, the only... There was speculation that it could be from the Kitaki household, just because, you know, they're one of the only people in Japanifornia that can easily get their hands on guns.
Yeah.
But there was no concrete evidence at all.
Yeah, okay. So I feel like I'm probably remembering that vague remark then. Marriage. Are you sure about marrying into the Kitaki family? I'm fine with it, and I love Waki with all my heart.
Aw, that's so sweet.
So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob? I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course.
Say, where did you and Waki first meet anyway?
Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't, look like the type to have gangster connections. Oh, we met at my old job, actually.
Office romance.
She's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? I'm trying to think if there's a pun with her name, especially with, like, Miss Alita, that we keep...
I think it's just, like, the repeated, sounds. Alita Tiala. Like, her first name is almost an anagram of her last name. Or maybe it is an anagram. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, palindrome is the one that's backwards and forwards, right?
Yeah, but I don't think her name is a palindrome.
No.
I think, yeah, like Cookie said, I think it's just, like, it's taking after Waki Kitaki, Alita Tiala.
Oh, yeah, true. Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kitaki wants to quit being a gangster? He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently, out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks. I wonder if this explains that apron. Yeah.
Yeah, Waki's name is obviously Walkie-Talkie, but it is, yeah, it does still have the repeated sounds going for it.
Can't imagine Waki going along with that. He's highly motivated, isn't he? That's not the word I would have used. He said I'll be the next big boss and keep the family alive. Oh no. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world. That's not the way I would have put it. His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. The Kitaki family's been making a killing recently. Again, not the way I would have put it. Apollo, we don't need that every single time. It's like, oh, I wouldn't have said it that way. Oh, I wouldn't have said that way. It's like, Apollo? Are you good?
I think he's just like, he's wondering to himself, like, is she making all these murder analogies intentionally?
Oh, yeah, okay. No, sorry, I did not catch that at all. Yeah, she keeps using phrases like hit, putting a mark on, like a hit on someone. Oh, okay. I genuinely didn't catch that. But Waki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold.
Ooh, a generation gap. If you've got the ever-classic, what about the family business thing going?
Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Can I ask you a question about Waki? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Malpractice. Apparently, yes.
Right.
Do we want to...
I was in the clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And then they just lets me go within a word. See you later. Bye. So I gotta go in and get another doctor patching me up again.
Yes, it sounded horrible. I paused there because I'm like, there's a Dracula flow bit here. With him calling it an op, and I'm just like, trying to workshop that in my head, it didn't come to. Wacky has always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid. I'm not sure it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved.
Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he?
No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was trying to scare us. Oh. Yeah.
It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake. But even scarier when he tries to hide it.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to know a little bit more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Malpractice clinic a visit. I should be getting home now. Wocky's in your hands, Mr. Justice. Right. Leave it to me.
Apollo, I think you're really making her more nervous.
Sorry, I'm new at this, okay? It's alright. I believe in you. Okay. Always have to check up on Charlie. It's Charlie, the houseplant. I've had it for years, apparently.
That's Mr. Charlie to you. He's been here longer, after all.
Right. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. He was raised by a tribe of heathens.
She's saying something to the planet as she waters it.
Mr. Charlie forgives you. This time.
Is there anything else I might do to please his high leafiness? God. Hey, who's that? An old sepia-toned photograph of a man in a silk hat. His outfit looks a lot like Trucy's, come to think of it.
Aren't those clothes the best? I had mine made to match. If you're going to be a magician, you gotta look the part.
Trucy is big on appearances, I found. Oh, excuse me. I misheard that as his highly penis. Yep. Taste the penis. The what? Excuse me? Oh, right. This again. Giant hoop used to levitate people. So, tell me, how does it work? Oh, there is, like, new stuff for... Oh, God, for almost everything, I would imagine.
Apollo. Don't you know you should never ask a magician to explain a trick? I mean, you're hardly better than Mr. Stickler.
Hey, I object to being placed in the same category as that panty snatcher. Also fair.
Enjoy the mystery. That's the way to appreciate magic.
It's magic. Okay, I don't think we're going to examine literally everything in the room. If there is something, like, I absolutely should examine, like, just for even, like, a... obviously, there's so much text in this game, like, I don't expect, unless there's, like, a very big, like, standout thing that I could miss, that there's anything to not examine, but if there is anything, like, give me a shout. Let's check in on Phoenix first. No one here. Cool. Yeah. Got anything more to say about all this? A swaying, spiraling stack of DVD cases. Better stay away or it'll become a crashing, cascading cavalcade of DVD cases. Yeah, okay. Write anything. Do you ever check the pile of tapes? Like, in that? Are they different? No, they're not. So yes, I did. Oh, except this one? Mr. Wright's bed. Aye, it's messy. Juicy must clean up after him at home. Damn. Yeah, now the game is completely silent. Nothing here. Alright, she's still trying to get over the fence. God damn.
Still at it.
Wrestling for days. Looks like that old lady's at it again.
Look, I told you yesterday, the park's off limits.
She's back! And I told you yesterday this is how I go home. Okay, you want me to go
Okay.
around? How about giving me
Oh, I see.
$5 like yesterday? Oh, sorry. Sorry, what did you say?
No, I almost started reading it because I thought that how reasonable she was being was so that the police officer suddenly.
Yeah. The con artist strikes again. Hey, I mean, if it works. Door's open. Impressive gate befitting the Kitaki mansion.
Look at the nameplate, Kitaki.
God damn it, Cookie.
That's so cool. Short and blunt like any good gangster. Ooh, let's change our name. How about... Wow. Maybe that's too short and blunt. What do you think?
No comment. Rude. Alright, there's not much there. Yeah, I guess we go straight to Malpractice Clinic, because that was what Apollo mentioned before. The front entrance to the Malpractice Clinic. The walls and posts are so highly polished I can see my face in them. Wait, my hairdo's a little flat. There, perfect. Oh, okay. Can I move into the clinic from there? And go back and see the cat.
Hey, a kitty cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's not coming down.
We do look kind of suspicious, you have to admit.
It's okay, kitty cat. His hair won't hurt you.
It's okay, kitty cat. She won't make you disappear into her hat. I think that was roughly what happened last time. Okay. Am I silly? This...
Did you go to the crime scene yet?
No, I didn't. Right. Nothing here either? What am I supposed to be... Like, Apollo...
There is nothing and nobody.
Yeah.
I guess the detention center is the only place you haven't been yet.
The what, sorry?
I guess
Oh.
the detention center is the one place you haven't been yet.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Looks like Walkie's out for questioning.
I really need to talk to him. I guess we'll come back later. Oh, because he did say, I want to know more about this operation, so he probably would have gone to him first. Yeah, that
Yeah.
tracks.
Excuse me.
Yes?
The other suspect is all through with questioning, sir.
The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher.
Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him too? Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this.
He is a valuable witness.
He's a bit precious, I'll give him that.
Please keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. I need to finish this paper. It's you!
Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you.
Very well, as long as they're few.
Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Panty snatcher. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole...
Wait, I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood.
How exactly?
Yes, that night I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more. You wanted to know the trick to my panties, right? You're here too. Oh, great Trucy, teach me. Eh? I must know the secret of your panties.
Rain's getting heavy.
My very existence hangs in the balance. Please make me your apprentice. Apollo, help!
I don't know, I think he'd make a great, lovely assistant. Apollo? I will reach through this goddamn screen, young man.
Don't say that, Apollo.
Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time?
Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court.
Oh my god, she's baby, yeah.
The defendant was there in the park that night, of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen!" And the next moment a shot was fired.
Okay, so he's still claiming he shouted. And this is all true? Really?
My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie?
I can't think of anything he'd want to hide more than panty snatching. True.
Sounds like Waki was at the scene of the crime after all.
How I wish it weren't so. Okay, so far as we understand now, he was definitely there. He definitely witnessed the shot, or he definitely witnessed the moment the victim was shot, and he did shout out, and the shot rang out soon after. Wasn't the gun fired twice? Yeah. So we're still missing a gunshot. And I can't imagine, like, unless Stickler literally did not see the people in question and saw like a reenactment or something. I can't imagine that what he witnessed wasn't what actually happened, but that means he saw it on Broadway. Yeah. And he also did leave the scene of the... Well, he did leave the scene of the crime to go call the police too, so that's likely when the pistol was placed. Where did they find the pistol? Do we know?
It was in the park.
Yeah. Was it like next... Was it like... Do we know... We didn't see it on the ground and examine it. It was just like already taken into evidence, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Right. Okay, so we don't know where it was actually placed. Yeah, I'm trying to think like how this would actually play out, because like the whole 2-shot thing, or the number of shots being important, has played out before. It played out in the first game, where, you know, someone shot someone before the events they then orchestrated to make it look like someone shot. Edgeworth shot someone on the boat. And the whole thing there is that, you know, we identified there was a shot we missed. We found out there was a shot earlier than that and kind of worked from there. we don't really have anything about the second shot yet. We only brought it up. I think we brought it up, but then, like, that didn't really go anywhere. And I have to say, too, like, in retrospect as well, that Clavier is actually, like, remarkably, what's the word I'm looking for? Composed?
Cooperative?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But, like, the only time I think he showed even a little bit of, like, frustration or something that can be perceived as that is when he banged the wall behind him. And even then, like, I have to imagine a lot like, his brother is, like, fairly composed with, like, a little bit of, like, that coming through, but almost in an absence of, like, emotion. Because I think he slammed the wall and then there was a pause in his text and then he said something. Coolest prosecution in the West. Yeah, real. But yeah, like, he's surprisingly cooperative. He's very good at, like, on the fly. He seems to be very good on the fly of, like, directing kind of the questioning and stuff like that. And also just very clearly on the ball. Like, every time Apollo seemed to make headway, like, we didn't even see, like, a moment like we did in earlier games where the prosecution's like, oh, hold on a second. I didn't even know that. Anyway, yeah, okay, second shot. I wonder if I can present that to him, actually. Fine, ignore my evidence, see if I care. I wonder what he's thinking. Oh, on second thought, let's not go there. Good. Is there anything I want to show him? Not really. I don't know if we can get much more out of him. But then again, I don't know where else I'd go at this point. Is there something about the crime scene we can show him, maybe? Oh. Security guard. He stands here, watching this room. I have no idea if he's listening to us talk. Think there's fine dialogue with the panties. Yeah, I might get some more out of him with that. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not even sure he's breathing. Are we sure that's not a statue? As much as I'm... yeah.
That's it. The mystery. The unanswerable riddle.
Actually, there's a normal pair of panties.
What? How is that possible?
It just takes practice, that's all.
Then you must teach me. You must. To think if I could produce a pencil, an eraser, a textbook, and a lunch. All from a pair of panties, my life would be complete.
He's serious, isn't he?
Did you exhaust both dialogues with him?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
They're both ticks.
You can probably look around then.
Alright. I'm gonna check on the clinic again. Ah, there we go.
Hey, it's Mr. Eldoon. Oh, Mr. Eldoon.
Huh.
What's wrong?
So, you found my stand. That's why I'm here. To thank you.
Ah.
But now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back. That's also why I'm here. I got no other place to go. Ah, I see. How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Oh. Even in death, he's after my neck, I tell ya. Bah! Can't even cook an honest noodle. God, they really love showing off the animations.
Yeah.
He.
Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Malpractice?
I tell ya. It's enough to drive a man to make his soup even saltier. Remind me never to eat this noodles, eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood. Noodle stand. That stand. For generations, it served up the very best noodles us Eldoons could make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. It's more than a stand. It's history, I tell ya. Watch what you say, or it might become true.
It's a great story, Mr. Eldoon. A single stand passed down from generation to generation.
Of course, to be honest, didn't plan on doing it.
That's right. You said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it?
Good memory, Trucy doll. Aye, I was a go-getter back in my day. Until my friend next door butted in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Mr. Eldoon, I don't mean to pry. I don't remember if we've seen this sprite before. I didn't realize he started, like, eating his hair.
Yeah,
His noodles?
it's great.
But what exactly did you do before you became a chef? Bah, let old noodles lie, that's what I say. Starting to get an idea of what he did anyway. He stole my dreams and left me with nothing but noodles. Now I don't even have that. Mr. Eldoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Malpractice clinic? Hey? Hey? I couldn't help but sense enmity there. Enmity? I hate him. Hate it. Him acting like, hated. Past tense? Wait. Him acting
He's
like
dead now.
Well, yeah. Oh, right. I suppose that makes sense. Him acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in mud. Excuse me? He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The mob. You mean the Kentucky family? They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Malpractice saw a chance for some business. So he started giving the Kentucky family a good deal. A deal? Every 5th operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops. 1 free bowl of noodles a week, he used to say.
Yeah, doctor just decided to do that? What about the insurance companies?
Oh, no doubt it's illegal, but it got him in good with the family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town. Leaving me here in the dark. Up to my neck in soupy noodles. I think I figured out Mr. Eldoon's former occupation.
Can't hurt to ask, Apollo.
Mr. Eldoon, or should I say Dr. Eldoon. Figured it out, did ya? That's right, I was a doctor. A surgeon. Until the year before last.
So, Mr. Malpractice was your rival?
You like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, kind of. You take a spoon, you drink some broth. Those onions will find their way in there. People who like them, why, that's just fine. The people who hate them... I hate onions. Hate them. I'll be sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was. An onion. Onion boy, that's what I called him. So, you weren't exactly friends. Ha! Me and Pal Malpractice. Ever since preschool, we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough, he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me. Just blow right past without so much as a howdy. I see. That's right. I was a surgeon long before he was, you know? Then that no-good onion boy comes along. Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect.
Don't say that.
Jesus, Apollo. Thanks to him, I was forced to trade in my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings. No, it's fine. By way of apology. You ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. Huh? You're investigating Malpractice, aren't you? Yes? Well, you want to know about a doctor, you ask a doctor. That's all I'm saying. You just think of me if you need something, Trucy doll.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Eldoon.
I guess the time spent listening to him complain wasn't entirely wasted. Anyone new out here? Yep. Yipes, she's back.
Hey, you two, over here.
Us?
Yo, little plum, what's up?
I think all this gangsterese is a negative influence on Trucy. Oh, Apollo, don't... Oh.
I heard you retrieved my bloomers.
Well, I was just...
Ah, a man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you?
Yes. Sorry, I caught him.
You're cute when you're nervous, Polly.
I'll deal with you later.
Enough about bloomers. What about my son, Walkie?
Walkie? Well...
Clearly.
Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. Walkie.
He's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm gonna be a gangster, dude. Oh, the life does have an appeal for that age. Particularly for boys.
What? Don't look at me like that.
He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago.
Yes, we heard the story from Walkie.
We didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol then, he couldn't have shot anyone. What? He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom.
Words do have a certain weight to them.
Hopefully, when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out the differences. The boss? You mean Walkie's father?
They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they? Yeah.
It's true. One of our pistols is missing,
Okay.
so their murder weapon was from this mansion.
Kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days.
None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Walkie could have taken it.
I see.
I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is time for a change. Whoa.
She doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Cogs are turning.
Yeah, Walkie's fiance.
They're getting married next month, correct?
I suppose. She's been staying over lately. You don't look too happy about that, little plum. How'd you guess?
Even I could tell that. Could you tell us more about her?
Walkie brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot. I can see why. She's so pretty. Oh, she's pretty enough. But you know... That's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in this business too long. And you start to only see the darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people, a nose for trouble. Like a gangster's only version of female intuition. The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him.
But Wocky seems... well... seems like he's against his father's position.
It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now. Oh, good for him. Trying to cut our ties to the shadier side of the street and do more on the up and up. Woggy isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true. But why the change? In real life, this would be impossible because as soon as you announce that you're going legit, all of the other, mob families who rely on the services you provide would just murderize you the hell out of you.
Yep.
Install a new head.
Yep.
Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills? It pays, but we do need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
I see. Something must be up.
You'll see things the way the boss see them someday.
Out of curiosity. Oh yeah. She is in there.
She's in there.
Yeah, like... just from the talk we had before where she was a little bit edgy on her past and, Plum specifically being like, something's off about it, but it might just be me. Yeah. Because especially now that we've established the likelihood of the gun coming from the mansion could only mean certain people could have had access to it.
The gun came from inside the house.
Yes. Yes, it did. But I wouldn't put it past it for Wocky's access to potentially grant Alita access. And that would be, like, one way that it could, like, bend the rule of how we know this works so far.
Yeah. So why would she want to frame her own fiancé?
No, that is true. That doesn't quite line up. I could see that. I could see her trying to kill Maractus if she found out that her fiance was going to die because of his shoddy surgery. But yeah, then the follow-up doesn't quite make sense. No one here. Where can we go from here? Oh. Okay, mental note. I need to look over the place for any like triggered events, not just expecting them to happen as I go there.
Well, we've got to check out this clinic, that's for sure.
Yeah, but what about the guard?
No harm in asking. Excuse me.
Hey, it's you two from yesterday.
That's the same officer that was standing out by the park yesterday.
Your business in the park is over in the park, isn't it? This clinic's off limits. It's not involved.
But
What part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof that the clinic is connected to the incident in the park, or beat it.
No harm in asking, no gain either. No point in sticking around here, I guess. Oh, do we get prompted like that? Okay, no. Let me ask the clinic about the noodle stand. Okay, I guess we need something to be able to do that. And we don't have anything, well, checkup report, I'd argue, but it didn't prompt me for an answer, so...
yeah.
Gotta be something else then.
And do you remember where you got the mirror from yesterday? There was another item in there that you can check out as well.
Oh, yeah. In the garbage, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a slipper.
This trash can. This is where we found the mirror.
Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in here? Something near the bottom? Look at the paint on these. That means... these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident.
Maybe they're connected? Let's pick them up.
Yep, and this connects the park to the clinic, so... Yeah, get stuffed. Get stuffed, officer.
Get shit on.
Yeah. Alright, try again. Actually, yeah, I should look at these. Wow. Toe print. I wonder, could this be a print?
One's nasty grippers all over it.
Yeah. God damn, wash your feet. What the hell?
Why would there be a finger? Oh, you mean a toe print. Good call, Apollo.
I bet we can analyze it just like a regular print.
This could be a vital piece of evidence, unfortunately.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, like, toe prints must be like fingerprints in that, like, you would actually get a unique pattern on them. Although, like, yeah, it's... Funnily enough, it's just not something I think gets, is that... Okay. I thought that was pretty complete, so... Yeah, you don't often hear or see, even in fiction, so far as... Or at least fiction I've experienced, like, toe prints or that coming into anything.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Probably because I don't think the government keeps a database of toe prints.
Yeah, because, yeah, you don't really use your feet the way you use your hands, so...
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, it worked. That looks like a big toe, maybe?
Wow, I feel like the case is solved already.
What was next? We have to match the print, right?
Right, let's match it. Wait. The detective didn't give us a list of toe prints, Apollo.
Yeah, and there it is. Oh. Good point.
Maybe we should ask her, get some expert advice.
I guess so. I'm not sure she really qualifies as an expert.
Be nice, Apollo.
Ye of little faith. Also... Oh! Huh.
The bottom is covered with paint.
How many feet-based murders could there be? You know what? I don't really care for the answer to that. Huh? What's this weird shape here?
It looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the bear stepped in some yellow paint.
So the outline was left where the leaf was removed. Ah! I got paint on my hand.
Apollo... I saw you try to wipe your hand on my cape.
Wow! Wretched behavior. How dare. Can I present these to...
What a rude boy.
Oh, okay. Get cracking on the... Sure. Right, I suppose this is... No, that's the wrong thing. Right, the mansion and then the park. Let's see if, Nope, she's not here. Where would we find her? Can I talk to you by way of examining? The park crime scene is off limits to the public. The police officer on guard by the gate is yawning. Ah, he noticed me staring and snapped his mouth shut. Too late, Mr. Officer. I saw you. With these big old eyes. So yeah, we want to find... Oh my god, why am I blanking on her name?
Alita?
No, not Alita.
Emma.
Emma, yeah. Sky.
Maybe you go back to the detention center, see if Walkie's done questioning. I remember this case being a bit annoying because you have to go back to the detention center like 2 times, but it doesn't tell you when.
Yeah. It's kind of just like it's the point-and-click adventure thing of, like, just go back to rooms when some arbitrary event triggers, and it's not always obvious which are the events that trigger that stuff. It's, yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
I have to imagine it's a combination of talking to Guy about the clinic and finding the slippers in the garbage, but who knows? I was hoping to meet with my client.
Waki Kitaki has just finished questioning. I'll bring him out. Great! Finally. Yo, what's up, my little imposter? Eek. What did you call me?
He called you sus, Trucy.
Zam, it's you? Sorry, G, I thought you were Alita.
Aha!
Your little imposter sure is a strange nickname.
It sure is, Trucy.
It's a clank thang. You wouldn't understand.
Oh. This reeks of white people using AAV and shit.
Oh, absolutely. 1000%.
So bad.
Did I say imposter? I meant poster, like poster girl, alright? If you're gonna drop part of that, why not drop poster and just call her girl? Cause she's so much more than that, G. She's like an angel. A fallen angel. So, what can I do for you? Or what can I do you for? You don't look so chipper today, Walkie.
Worried about your, heart condition, maybe?
That was the wackest thing of all. All the G's lining up, taking eye exams and shit. Better to die young than to fade away, bizoy.
A relief to hear.
Yeah? What's a relief?
Oh, did your father not tell you? Is that bullet you carry so close to your heart? If not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Yeah, that was fucking cold to just drop in the middle of the court hearing.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. A man fights to protect what's valuable to him, you know what I'm saying? I miss my fallen angel. Hey you, go get Alita for me. You're my lawyer, aren't you?
Lawyer, not gopher. Your fiance. The way his sprite changed, I imagine him doing that to, like, hear Apollo better.
Yeah. Like
fuck.
I'm sad that there's no English equivalent of the very Japanese like eh.
Yeah, no. There really isn't.
Like maybe like huh?
So, I hear you're to be married next month.
Straight up. We poured the nuptial 40 out in the stoop.
Oh my god. It really is. Oh my god. It is just... pain.
Alita, oh Snapple Cakes, she's so fine.
I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way.
Every single line I have to read hurts my soul.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that.
I'm going to hell for this. I was wondering, how did you two meet? I asked Tiala, but she was very vague. Huh? Well, man, she wouldn't tell you. I best hold my tongue, you feel me? What? Man, what's past is past. She knows that. When I'm with Alita, I feel like there's things worth protecting out there. You feel me? And my Alita, she's down with all that, all the way.
So both of them are mum about their past. Yeah.
you think you could tell us what happened with you and Pal Maractus?
There's something you should know. So I'm gonna tell you so. Don't sweat it. Forget it.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
We Katakis are having what you might call a feud with the Ravalis family. So, about 6 months back, I go into Ravalis turf packing a knife, right?
And you were shot?
Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart, but my homies weren't too late. It's a miracle I lived. It's alright. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kataki family. You know that?
All he had was a knife? Yeah, but like... What did you expect? I'm not sure what you're getting at, Vulpix.
And not a gun, clearly.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, you literally brought a knife to a gunfight. Yeah, no, sorry. Ooh. Metaphors and stuff are going over my head today. It's bad. So you were taken to the Maractus clinic, then?
You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. You can't just let the boss's son die, you know?
Oh my god, I've got something on my eyelashes I can't get off, and it's bothering the hell out of me.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's been especially bad since I had to do eye drops because like you know there's a little bit of moisture on your eyelids, which means that dust and shit just gets thing there.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have been the doctor in that. I'd hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Funny way of phrasing that since we have slippers, but Mr. Kataki's scary enough when he's not angry. There we
But
go.
the bullet that hit you, it was never removed?
And it's still threatening his life.
That doctor. He did it on purpose. The Ravalis pigged him off, I'm sure of it.
I need to hear more about the night of the murder. That much is clear. What is future?
Life in the family's a G-thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, I'm not up on my G-Fangs. I'm not even sure what a G-Thang is.
My old man, he's gone soft. He says the old revival gang days are over. He just wants to make money.
Isn't that a good thing?
Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better live fast and die young. Faux shizzle.
I was waiting to see if that one in particular would ever get dropped. Because, like...
And Apollo size, too.
Yeah. Like, pinching
till I
the bridge
run
of
the
his
yard.
nose.
Then everyone will know what time it is. That's right. OG time, all the time. Represent.
Like,
Apollo, why is he talking about old guys?
I'm half expecting him to unironically drop a G-Unit phrase at this point. I don't think that's what OG means, Trucy. Okay. Can I still present people's port?
No,
No,
unfortunately not.
can't.
That was pretty much exclusively in Ace Attorney 3 for the specific reason of you have to present. That's also the only game in which Phoenix himself has a profile because you have to present Phoenix's profile as a piece of evidence at one point.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing that and going, that's gonna be important later, and hey, it is.
And lo,
Yes. And much like the badge being in there, because it's like, what has the badge got to do with anything? And, well, actually, it
Yeah.
turns out the badge eventually becomes important. Speaking of which, did we ever... No, that's right, it had the X's on it. I do recall that. It was also Injustice for All to present the cop victim in case 1. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Well, and I suppose that particular case was added around or after the 3rd game, so it having kind of crossover there makes sense as well. I don't think there is anything. What if I present the knife to him? You got anything to say about this? About these weapons, the pistol and the knife.
They belong to the family. I snuck him out that night.
So the
So the kill.
Oh,
Oh, no, that's you.
It always throws me off when the sprite changes just as the next dialogue pops in.
Yeah, that definitely catches me off guard sometimes too. So the killer Mr. Stickler says he saw that night was...
I guess it was me. I was there after all.
God, we're finished.
Yo, Wacky.
Oh, Trucy, no. Honey.
Think you can tell us exactly what happened that night?
Newest girl. That took a while too, god damn.
You don't beat around the bush, do you? I like your style, shorty.
Okay, I actually, yeah, it's good that I presented that actually, because we're gonna get more out of him. Night of the crime. Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him?
I don't know.
Eh?
The day that shook up when I found out about the bullet by my heart, I borrowed a gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
But you were carrying a knife, weren't you? Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I say. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him at the park, and he's dragging his noodle stand behind him. Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know, in the movies? If you value your life, you'll bring the stand. Shorty, you're more whack than I am, and that's saying something.
Ouch.
I was serious. Thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well.
You don't remember?
But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, then I guess it probably was me who did him in, you know what I'm saying?
Huh. You got anything to say? Maybe something about the stand? Okay. Seems preoccupied. I'm not sure he even looked at my evidence.
A leader, man. A leader.
Okay, maybe I should try and find a leader then. Do you have anything to talk about, Trucy? Oh, this is like going back to the office with Maya.
Yeah.
Okay, why not?
Everything that Pandy Snatcher said was true. It doesn't put Walkie in a very good position, does it?
He was at the scene of the crime, that's pretty clear. There's gotta be a different angle on this.
Well, let's go investigating. No time like the present.
Any leads? So, any leads?
One moment.
Let me check your game state.
Shazam! Alakazam!
Whoa, evidence keeps flying out of nowhere.
Ta-da! That's all. Neat, huh?
Yeah, real neat. That's a cute way of going like, hey, what about these two items?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's repeated ever, but how do we use this?
It's only in, like, context-sensitive areas, I think.
So I guess there's no real way of actually doing that then. But I'm guessing the whole thing, like, there was a point to showing me those two. Well, I can't talk to, Stickler again. That would probably be the most obvious thing, but... Is Phoenix back? Nope. what else?
Can you go to the park yet?
I haven't checked back in on the park again. Oh.
Oh, and there's something here too. Look at that crowd over by the park.
Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the the crime scene.
Why are those girls screaming?
Ah, Clavier, I imagine.
I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him!"
Wait, that motorcycle. Ah, if it isn't Hair Forehead. Prosecutor Gavin. Some fans found me on my way out. Just my luck. Oh my god, he's so cool!
He's so cool.
Thus the screams. New album just came out, you know? Try waving to them. They love it.
Oh, he's just so cute.
They're so excited. It doesn't matter who waves to them. See? This is surreal.
So you were here investigating?
And I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? Please don't talk about your hog, sir. No, I was talking about my motorcycle. What? Apollo? Hell, Forehead, I think you need to get your head out the gutter. My motorcycle won't start.
In Germany, we have hand crank power. We crank our hogs all day long.
I had to crank my hog before I even got here. I need to do it again soon. But now I can't crank my hog.
He's all cranked out.
Oh, a clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too.
Huh.
Hard to believe it could break from just that.
I guess that's confirmation that the safety thing would exist in this world, then.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clogs the exhaust and they won't run. Machines. Tell me you share my angst. Yeah, Forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. In any event, I'm off to the shop to get her fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. The detective? You mean the one in the lab coat? Yeah, she's in a foul mood too. Be gentle. Auf Wiedersehen, baby. I can't remember how. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah,
No, I
you got
think
it.
that's right, yeah. Auf
Yeah.
Wiedersehen, baby.
Oh my god, there he goes.
He just manually wheels his bike down the road. And the forecasts for the park today... gloomy skies.
Well, nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo.
Yeah, let's. We're kind of getting towards midnight for you.
We can call it here if you'd like.
Well, yeah, my question was going to be, is there a good point to stop soon? Like, maybe after the conversation with Emma, or...?
Yeah, sure, we can stop there. We've still got, like, a decent amount to go on this investigation, so...
Okay. We'll talk to Emma, do immediate stuff here, and then we'll call it there, I think.
Sounds good.
Don't be silly, Apollo. This game only has one sky. Huh? Does something about this scene look different to you? Yeah, the tarp's all gone. And there's a leaf on the ground.
The tarps are gone. Maybe that's it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there.
A white frock detective from yesterday. She seems to be apologizing reverently. For the trash can?
She's under a lot of stress. The investigation's probably not going so well.
Hey, you there.
If you're gonna talk about someone behind their back, do it more quietly, please.
Just full volume talking about her. Oh, Detective Sky. Hello.
You seem as gloomy as ever. This is miserable. Miserable. I just got a new kit and I can't get this stuff to work. Everyone's all smiles for the glamorous fop. Glamorous? Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin?
More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous?
He walks his shiny chains, catch the sun, and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting.
Munch and crunch. Speaking of distracting.
I guess I just have to accept the fact that I lack talent.
Sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensics technique. Oh god. Cables. There we go. She's so mid-core. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct?
How do you know my daddy? I want details. Well... He helped me out a long time ago. You might say he saved me.
Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an incident?
I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I want to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe.
But you're a detective now?
Well, I failed the test.
Oh no.
That's honestly so sad. Like, it was her whole personality, like her one dream.
Yeah. Ugh.
But, you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart.
I've always thought that too.
And my heart is full of science. That's why I bought this kit through mail order. I'm gonna test it here before the forensics team arrives.
Oh my god. So she's in the position of Gumshoe, but like doing the forensic stuff under the. Oh man.
Yeah, she's Gumshoe if Gumshoe was unhappy with his station.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks.
Like,
Oh,
you can say a lot about Gumshoe, but he was pretty happy about being a detective. There was like he accepted his lot in life. She has bigger aspirations than that, and she's so upset that she can't meet them.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Prosecutor Gavin.
I won't lie, I'm not fond of the man. That glamorous type's always rub me the wrong way.
Glamorous, right? No, Apollo, she's being very specific.
A prosecutor should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glamorous and more simmerous, you know?
She was a big fan of Edgeworth, wasn't she?
She was, yeah.
Yeah. That tracks. No, actually, I don't.
Well, that and what happened 7 years ago.
Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney's badge.
Did he now? What? Really? He was the one?
You mean you didn't know? I thought you were one of his boys.
I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. What exactly happened 7 years ago? I never actually heard the details.
Then investigate. It's better you learned it for yourself.
Okay, then. Egg. No, newest girl, one of the very first things we see Apollo talk about is his voice training. I think it's the opposite. I think, like, he definitely reads Transmask in that light, in particular.
Yeah.
He's just very much like, like, Mr. Wright, he is not getting the validation, or that kind of thing is like, Oh, no, I lost the word for it.
Compensating?
No, I was trying to say, like, his objection, or his noting that, like, I'm not one of his boys is, like, kind of, like, he expects a bit more... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, like, he's trying to distance himself a bit. Like, he's like, I'm not affiliated with him.
Yeah, exactly. The new kit. Do you mind me asking exactly what it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that?
Oh, you want to know? Do you? Well, I splurged on a new toy.
You splurged. You mean it wasn't police issue? Well, she probably couldn't get it if it's police issue. She's not on the forensics team.
What is it? I see a roller and glue. This is a footprint analysis kit.
Ah. When you go after him for tax fraud, just remember that I won't be involved. I have nothing to do with Mr. Phoenix Wright's illegal poker games, I assure you. Footprint.
My not involved with Phoenix Wright's illegal poker games shirt is raising a lot of questions that are answered by my shirt.
Yeah.
It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left.
Wait, what? It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Wouldn't it be the opposite?
No, it means it was like the ground was muddy, so footprints
would
be indented more easily.
Yes. Yeah. I was thinking of like things left on like the path, for example, but no, she's talking about the mud. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Oh, does that have anything to do with those blue tarps?
Thank you, Cookie. I was not aware.
Right. The ground was muddy, so I had to protect it as it was that night.
Which is why the tarps were there.
Ever wanted to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your panty-snatchy student witness, for example? Aha! So with that kit? Right.
What?
Want to try this stuff out? You can replace that image with something much funnier.
Yeah.
Especially with the voice I'm giving her.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Are you sure? I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams and all.
Oh, Pshaw, we're friends. And to tell the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. I guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help.
Aw.
Ooh, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache.
Footprint analysis, huh? Well, should I give it a go? No need. Try it. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give it a go. Oh. No, okay, no, it was Apollo. Sorry.
Yeah, it was Apollo, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a go.
That's the spirit. Right. Allow me to explain. One moment. She's reading the instructions for her kit.
Why does this not fill me with confidence?
First, we have to pick the footprint, or in this case, shoe print we want to analyze. I've taken the liberty of marking all the shoe prints in the park.
Huh. And a single shoe print on the right.
Well, which shoe print should we start with? If we want to verify the defendant's account, here's the place to start. Shoe prints prepare to be examined. Ooh, this is so exciting. Right, here goes. First, pour the plaster into the print until it's full. You try it.
How am I supposed to do that?
Just press the A button where you want to pour the plaster. Like this.
That doesn't look too hard.
Try to plaster in your beaker before you're done. You'll have to start over.
Oh, huh. So you kind of have to...
Optimize your shapes.
Oh, that didn't really do it, did it?
Not bad. You're handier with that than you look.
Just imagining Emma, like just pouring all the plaster onto one end, and there's just a slant all the way to the end, and it doesn't cover it, and she's like, oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Waste of plaster.
She's just standing there staring at it with her red eyes and be like, I probably shouldn't be doing this in the job.
Yeah. What's that supposed to mean?
On to the next step. Dry the plaster until it turns white. Right. Just press A to blast it with the dryer. There, give it a shot.
Whoa. I did not expect to have... Oh, what is... Oh, it keeps resetting. Okay, right. This really is DS gameplay.
It really is. Looks like it's hardened nicely. Let's take a look.
Emma, there's still a spot on the right that's not hard. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Ready for the next step? Use the roller to ink just the shoe print part. Pull onto that roller tight now with A, then roll it up and down. Keep going until you've got good enough ink on. You get enough ink there on there for a good print. Wow, I don't know why it took me so many tries to get that.
That's right, we're both kind of having trouble with very specific words today. Or phrases, rather.
Right, now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. Let's see if we get a match.
Oh, whose footprints would they be? Probably Walkie, maybe? Yep.
He's got gum on his shoe. It's a regular gumshoe.
Dun-dun-dun. It's an odd shoe print. Yep. May as well have a look at everyone's. Oh my god, you asshole. You... Well, I mean, to be fair, if he is a musician, like a famous musician, I could see, like, the iconography of that being part of a brand, and he wears those.
Yeah.
Still,
that is true.
It's still really, really obnoxious, but...
Yeah.
Comparison complete, gum and all.
So, oh, that's you.
Oh, it is. So, the shoe prints belong to Waki Kataki after all.
He was in the park the night of the crime. Wow, I can almost see the science at work. Don't you love it? Nothing feels better.
She's definitely way more into this than I am.
Let me know if you want to do some more.
Can't wait for the Phoenix Wright commits tax evasion spin-off. I didn't see that message initially. Fuck.
I'll be here solving the case with science.
Well, that certainly brightened her mood. Is there anything to... Oh, okay, we can go back and filter analysis. Yeah, we may as well do the last set of prints, and then we can wrap it up there, I think.
Yep, that works.
Detective Sky, mind if we give it another go?
Right on. Leave no print unanalyzed, I say. Now, pick which print you want to have analyzed.
Let's go with these ones. So we definitely want that. Probably could have done that last one with the single thing, but oh well.
Okay, looking good. Next to try the plaster.
Yeah, the dialogue's not anything particularly interesting. I think we'll just go past that.
That is totally fair.
In fact, I think it's mostly the same, minus, like, the actual explanation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Sticklers, from memory? Yep. So these shoe prints belong to Wesley Stickler. This confirms his testimony, or the final version of it at least.
Now we know where the panty snatcher was standing.
He's wearing heels? Not necessarily. There are a lot of, like, fancy...
Just like dress shoes.
Yeah, dress shoes tend to have, like, a lot of...
Like a raised heel.
Before the heel, yeah. Not, hit the floor. There are also raised heel ones, too. But yeah, even, like, regular... Even, like, dress shoes without a particularly big heel still have, like, a bit of a lift right before the heel, which would make it a significant enough thing to not touch the ground. I choose to believe they're heels. Yeah. Either way. I just think it's particularly funny because, like, some people will make a big deal out of the... Or some men, in particular, will see someone with, like, a bit more of a raised heel and be like, oh, wow, like, you know... I don't know.
Fruit.
Oh, sorry, what was that, Nina?
Fruit.
Yeah, like, no, literally. And then you have to point out that, like, you know, dress shoes in general essentially have a heel because of the way they... And just... No, wait, he has a Mega Mind boost. You know what? That's better. We'll go with that.
I believe you're beginning to... Oh, never mind.
Sorry. Yeah,
we'll just skip all of the expository dialogue.
Yeah. Well, that one was a new one. I would have gone, oh, wait, we should... But now we're past it, so... Yeah. But also, they'll gladly put inserts in their heels to make them look taller. Oh, shit. Listen... Men are weird about masculinity.
It's so funny looking up pictures of Robert Downey Jr. in the Iron Man movies because I don't think it was his choice because he didn't do this in other movies, but I think the producers or the director or something were insecure about how short Robert Downey Jr. is. He's a very short man. So he's constantly wearing like 5-inch platform heels in like all of those movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, especially in Civil War, they wanted to have, like, multiple shots of him being, like, eye level with Chris Evans, who's, like, 6'1" or something. And so he's just in, like, these massive platform heels. It's so funny.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, that's such an inconvenience to shoot, too, because then you have to keep in mind that he is meant to be taller than he physically is, and you need to shoot things around that. It's like...
Yeah, exactly.
For what? So people can think... So people don't get weird about Iron Man being short? Like...
I guess so.
Like I said, men are weird about masculinity. Does Winfred have Minecraft character? Oh. Well. Does Winfred have a Minecraft character feed? Von Karma? Hello? Do you want to read this one? I imagine we might get some
sure.
dialogue out of this.
Huh, that's a funny shoe print.
Cookie.
Is that even a shoe? It is strange. So smooth.
Wait. Oh, Winfred Kitaki. Wait. Von Karma's first name isn't Winfred, is it?
Manfred.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Sort of close, but...
Both Freds.
Yeah.
Both and Freds.
Yeah, you turn the M so it's W for Winfred. Except for the part with the leaf.
I can say without even looking that this print doesn't match any print on the list.
Mystery print. Well, yeah, that would be the slipper. But, you know what? Leaving it with the slipper to, like, immediately go to is probably a good place to leave it, rather than leaving me in a situation where I have to remember what the dialogue was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's only one footprint. Like, there isn't even a, So there isn't a second one, and it also is facing toward the path. Which makes
Away
me...
from the noodle stand, right?
Yeah, which makes me think that... I mean, we don't see, like, sets of prints, right? In the scene. But I have to imagine, if there is a single footprint moving away from... facing away from the cart, then either A, the cart is covering more footprints, or B, someone took a step back, maybe? Like, if someone was...
The mystery.
If someone was running down the path and you tried to dodge them, you would move, like, maybe one or both feet back, but that's, like, the only other... or someone was backed into it. Yeah, because they're either moving through the space where the cart is, or they're moving backwards for whatever reason. And... do we know anyone that was actually wearing the slippers? I don't think we do. Well, I mean, we just picked them up, so probably not. But then... so the mirror got thrown in... Wait, the mirror got thrown in after the shoes, though, because the shoes were deeper in the bin. So that happened before the car accident? Huh.
Or whoever threw one of them out wanted to hide them a lot more.
That's true. You could, like, just move the... Oh! I wonder if that's why the paint is on the, I wonder if that's why the paint is on the... Ooh, hold on a second. There's a whole thing to unpack there. I'm not going to do it now. But, so... Apollo touched the shoes, and he got the paint on him. The shoes were in the bin with the paint, and the paint also appears on the mirror. So there would be a question there of... was the paint already on the mirror and got onto the slippers, or did the slippers have the paint on it that got onto the mirror? Much to think about. But yeah, that was a good amount of progress for the day, I think. My German needs work. Because I feel like I can get the character of his accent down. It's just literally the
It's just the pronunciation, which is the hardest part anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It does need work, Cookie. You're right. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Mina, for coming around today. It's always been a pleasure to kind of go through this with you.
It was a blast. I'm going to preemptively say I won't be able to make it next week because I will be at an anime convention.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god, words. What convention, out of curiosity?
Anime North. It's like Canada's biggest convention every year.
Oh, hell yeah. That'll be good.
It's been a while. I used to go to every year, like every year between 2008 and 2018, so a full decade I went to it every year. And sorry, 2019 actually, so 11 years straight I went to it. But then, the pandemic hit. Between 2020 and 2022, I just didn't feel comfortable going because everyone I know who did go got sick. So
Yeah.
I feel like I dodged a bullet there. And then last year, I was just very poor around that time of year, so I couldn't afford to go.
Yeah. Conventions don't have... Oh, sorry, go on.
Because cons are expensive. They're very expensive.
Yes, they absolutely are. Not only that, but conventions, even before a pandemic was on, had a horrible reputation for everyone just getting sick. So
they call it the cause plague for a reason.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do.
But yeah,
but that'll be
I'm
fun.
excited for it. I'm going with a couple close friends and my partner, and we're going to be cosplaying Marcel and Fallon from Dungeon Meshi.
Oh hell yeah! God, I gotta get on Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah, you would love it. There's a character in particular that I'm thinking about. It's like, oh, this is such a worthy character.
Who is it, out of curiosity?
I would say Chilchuck.
Yeah, no, yeah. The vibe I get from him is like is very, very good. I saw a
Based
meme.
on what I know about your OCs, he seems like he could be an OC of yours.
Oh hell yes! Oh, another one to put on the pedestal. Another one to put in the character inspiration.
Slightly grumpy, divorced dad of 3, who's a union man and is hated because he's a union man.
Oh fuck yes! Oh, I love him already. An image I saw, or a meme I saw recently of this was like the equivalent of the Senshi one, where someone's like,
I saw it, yeah, and he hands them a pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, drink 8 to 12 beer. Like, I can't, I don't want to cook for myself. And Chilchuck appears instead of Senshi and says, drink 8 to 12 beers. And then it cuts to Senshi next to Chilchuck, like, fucking.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I know you'd love it. You should definitely get on it when you can.
Yeah, soon. It's a lot of my plate media-wise that I've been struggling to get through recently. Mostly because I caught the riding bug again, and I've been trying to ride that wave for as long as I can.
Honestly, yeah, you gotta ride it when you can.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, okay, that means I finished up Hypnospace Outlaw yesterday, so I'm gonna have to think of something to play both days. I'll have to think about it. There was something I wanted to buy, but I think I'm gonna wait until it's on sale, which means I need to sort through games I already have. And I didn't have a good idea before Hypnospace, so... Oh, I guess I could also, play the game that kind of, like, leads off of that. It's short from what I understand, but, nah, I'll figure something
Very true.
out. Yeah. So next weekend there won't be an Ace Attorney stream, unfortunately, but I will think of something. I've got to think of a new game anyway.
We will reconvene 2 weeks hence.
Yes, absolutely. Is that going to be... Oh, that might almost be the big... Yeah, that'd be big beginning of June.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm busy
But-
that weekend.
Nice.
I am going to be... Actually, let me you know what? I'm not going to promise that. I'll double check my calendar first, because I know some family stuff's coming up in the next month or so. So
Yeah.
might
Well, we'll play it by ear.
exactly. Cool. But yeah, other than that, gonna be kind of a regular week. I've been hitting my stride in Hades 2, and just got something that I know is gonna be my cutoff point. So there might be a stream or two of that before I set it down for good. Then I don't know if we're still raiding in 14. A couple of people have got, like, time schedule changes, and, like, the 2 days we were doing were pretty much the only days we could do. So...
Right.
I don't know what's happening there. I've got an option in case a couple of people are interested. So we still do something 14 related. But yeah, other than that, gonna try Hades 2, gonna try some 14, gonna try and fit in some Elden Ring. And then it'll be the weekend, where mystery game yet to be revealed, and definitely won't be chosen Friday night, or anything
You'll have
like
to tune
that.
in to find out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and real quick, let's see if there's anyone to raid. I should have looked at that while you were talking before. I'm bad at multitasking at that level. I should be better at it, because, like, the lead-in time to a raid going out is usually the best time to... Oh, okay, no. The only person I could is Hades 2, and I know that person is way ahead of where I am, so we're not going to raid them. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there then. And yeah, thank you for coming around, everyone. I really... and thank you, Cookie, for the specific thanks. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching live on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and hope to see you all next time.
Yeah, bye everyone.